Southampton, Leicester, Leeds and Blackburn all win in the Championship, and Nottingham Forest and Newcastle 2-2 at half time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the goal line. Hello guys, how you doing? It is me, John, and I'm here with you for the goal line. Nottingham Forest and Newcastle are 2-2 at half time. The Championship had some, I suppose, not surprising victories already. Southampton and Leeds and everything else like that. I say Leeds hit rock bottom Liverpool. Leeds hit rock bottom Rotherham. Southampton beat Huddersfield, and Leicester beat Watford. The other one that wasn't surprising was Blackburn. Now, a lot of people say, Blackburn, yeah. But it was against Stoke, and Stoke had been on a horrible run. Let's sort this camera out a little bit because it's too much light. That's it. Stoke had been on a terrible run as of late. So some of these scores today will not be surprising. Like I said, it is still Nottingham Forest and Newcastle 2-2 at half time. But with scores in mind, I'm going to go through these scores today for you today, starting off in, of course, the Premier League. The earlier kickoff, I think it was about 12:30, was Man City 2, Everton 0. That was the early kickoff. Then Fulham, apart from Nottingham Forest and Newcastle, the rest of these were all 3 o'clock kickoffs. So Fulham 3, Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 3, Burnley 1, Luton 1, Sheffield United 3, Tottenham 2, Brighton 1, Wolves 0, Brentford 2, and of course, like I said, 2-2. If that score changes, I will let you know. So then we roll into the Championship. There's another early afternoon kickoff. Finished Ipswich 2, West Brom 2. West Brom were ahead. They were in heads. They was in front twice before Ipswich finished it off in the 95th or 96th minute to deny West Brom the win. All of the rest was Blackburn 3, Stoke 1, Cardiff 0, Preston 2, Hull 0, Swansea 1, Leeds 3, Rotherham 0, Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 2, QPR 2, Norwich 2, Southampton 5, Huddersfield 3, Sunderland 3, Plymouth 1, and Watford 1, Leicester 2. There was Women's FA Cup action. The one earlier was Leicester City Women 6, Birmingham City Women 2. There is actually one game still going, Tottenham Women versus Charlton Athletic Women. That is 0-0. They're in their 63rd minute. So then we go into League One. Barnsley 2, Leyton Orient 1, Blackpool 1, Oxford United 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Burton 2, Cambridge 0, Cheltenham 1, Carlisle 0, Portsmouth 1, Derby and Shrewsbury was 1-1, Lincoln City knocked off Fleetwood 2-1, Northampton Bolton 1-1, Port Vale Stevenage 2-2, Reading 2, Charlton 0, Wigan 1, Exeter 2, and Wycombe 5, Peterborough 2, which I was a little bit shocked about with that, considering where Peterborough actually, how they're doing actually in the league. So then we go into League Two. So we've got Wimbledon 2, Barrow 0, Crewe 1, Crawley 0, Doncaster 2, Tranmere 1, Forest Green 0, Mansfield 4, Grimsby 1, Stockport 3, Harrogate 1, Colchester 0, MK Dons 2, Accrington 1, Morecambe 1, Sutton United 0, Swindon 1, Salford 1, Walsall 0, Newport 3, and Wrexham 0, Bradford 1. The wheels start to slightly come off for Wrexham. We had a couple of one game postponed in the National League due to FA Cup, which is Oldham and Bromley. That match will be played at a later date, but you'll see why. You'll find out momentarily, but for now, National League, Altrincham 3, Rochdale 0, Bournemouth 1, Maidenhead 0, Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 7, Oxford City 1, Dorking 1, Halifax 3, Eastleigh 1, Floyd 2, Southend 0, York 1, and currently there is a match just going into half time. Just coming back from half time. It is Woking 0, Hartlepool 1. Then this is, I haven't actually seen any of these results, so I'm just reading them as I am seeing them now as I'm reading them out to you. So it's the FA Trophy, fifth round. Bromley 2, Averley 0, Chorley 1, Solihull Moors 3, Hampton Richmond 0, Macclesfield 2, Hereford 0, Gateshead 1, Peterborough Sports 1, Kidderminster 0, Welling 0, Barnet 3, and they are full-time scores. We've got some postponements in the National League. Banbury United and Rush Olympics, Blythe Spartans and Buxton, Kings Lynn and Chorley. They have all been postponed due to waterlogged pitches. But the rest of the ones from National League North is Chester 3, Scarborough 0, Darlington 0, Alfreton 2, Gloucester 0, South Shields 5, Scunthorpe 0, Curzon Ashton 1, Southport 3, Brackley Town 1, Tamworth 1, Farsley Celtic 0, and Warrington Town 0, Boston United 0. There is 2 games that were postponed in the National League South due to the FA Trophy, which is Dartford and Averley, obviously, and Haverton, Waterlooville and Welling. But the rest of the results for National League South are Bar City 1, Dartford 0. So no, sorry, that wasn't FA Trophy. That was just a match that was due to take place first. So Bar City 1, Dartford 0, Chelmsford 1, Weymouth 0, Chippenham Town 0, Braintree 1, Maidstone United 1, Hemel Hempstead 1, St Albans City 6, Taunton Town 0, Tunbridge Angels 2, Yeovil 4, and Torquay 3, Slough Town 4. And Worthing 6, Dover 4. So 10 goals in that game. So Dover gave it a really good go, but come up short. There's another 2 here, Truro and Eastbourne, Western-super-Mare and Farnborough. They're saying match postponed other. So they're not actually telling me what they were. There is a Scottish Cup, if anyone's interested, 5th round. Some of the final scores are in. There's Aberdeen 2, Bonnyrigg Rose 0, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Hibernian 3, Kilmarnock 2, Cove Rangers 0, Partick Thistle 2, Livingston 3, and Rangers versus Ayr, which is currently going at the moment. That's 1-0, and they're in the 50th minute. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the scores today. There's no change in the Tottenham and Charlton Athletic women's match as of yet, and they're in the 47th minute of Nottingham Forest and Newcastle, and it's still 2-2. While we are here, I'm going to show you what games we've got tomorrow. 2 o'clock is West Ham and Arsenal. West Ham will be hoping to go back to 6th. Arsenal will be hoping to, keep their winning streak alive. And 4:30 is Aston Villa and Man United. So that's going tomorrow. There's also Scottish Premiership. It's Dundee versus St Johnstone. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. And there's a noon kickoff in the Championship. It's Coventry and Millwall. So that is at 12 o'clock tomorrow. And there is Women's FA Cup, 12:30. It's Arsenal women and Man City women. 1 o'clock is Wolverhampton women and Brighton women. 2 o'clock is Chelsea women, Crystal Palace, London City and Liverpool, and Southampton and Man United. And at 4 o'clock there's Nottingham Forest and Everton women. There's also more Scottish Cup 5th round action. St Mirren face Celtic, and Hearts will travel to Edronians for their 5 o'clock match. St Mirren and Celtic is 2 o'clock. The other one is 5. And then on Monday we have more Premier League action. 8 o'clock kickoff as Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. And then on Tuesday we have Champions League, FC Copenhagen versus Man City. That's at 8 o'clock. We have loads of Championship action. There's League 1, there's League 2, there's National League, there's FA Trophy, National League North and National League South. But obviously all the fixtures, all the scores, as always, on the BBC website or red button. So that is what's happening at the moment. I'm just going to see if there's any other sort of thing. It's saying here that Nottingham Forest 2, Newcastle 2, the hosts have their third gout disallowed. So you can follow that live with the updates on the BBC website or the BBC app, of course. Of course, there will be games on satellite if you have Sky or if you have BT Sport or something like that. So that would be, you'll have to obviously check local listings for that. And that's going to do it for this week's Goal Line, guys. I want to thank you for joining me as always. Always a pleasure to be joined by people who watch this channel. If you have just come across it and you like it, you'd like to hear about Scottish and English results, why not give us a click on that subscribe button, click the bell icon, and comment down below about any questions or anything you want to talk about, or anything that you think you'd like to see or speak about, or you'd like me to do maybe a special goal line for one of your teams, or if you have subscribed, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That would be brilliant. Also comment down below and share with your friends and family, because we need more subscribers. I have had one more subscriber, so if you're watching, thank you. Very welcome to have you here, but we need more. So okay guys, until then, thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Ciao for now.